tracked at the back of the pack and managed to scramble out the other side.
What a great bit of driving by Will Davison to keep the car around the inside of Mostert and not make contact there. That was great sense of awareness and spatial awareness as to where he was and being able to control the car around there. Mostert on the outside, great job.
Pressure motor racing, and here comes Mostert up the inside. Is that a big enough gap to change the lead? It is. Chaz capitalises on running wide for Davison through 5. Change for the lead halfway through the opening lap. What great respect shown between those drivers through turns 1 and 2. And senior hardheads not making a mistake at all on cold tyres in those first couple of corners. Remarkable. But a change for the lead on the run to turn 6. Oh, running out very wide there. I think was Feeney getting it crossed up big time and has dropped even further back in that pack. He's alongside Fullwood now. And you've got Thomas Randall mixed up in here. And that is going to be awkward as Matt Payne tries to squeeze through on Tim Slade. David Reynolds is going to get a stronger run out of the final corner. As a result of that, it's a frantic opening lap. Mostert is our leader by half a second from Davison. Can Payne stay down the inside here? High and wide for Reynolds. Cold tyre, dirty side of the road. Those two are absolutely neck and neck into turn 2 and Reynolds prevails. Beautiful bit of car control there for David Reynolds to run from the outside and crisscross in the middle of the fastest corner back to the inside to take that spot away from Matt Payne. And here's the view from Cam Waters. Nice job off the front row for those top 3. Yeah. But watch this, have a go right here because he's trying to drive so tight around the inside and he grabbed a bit of curb. Will actually had it cranked sideways on the cold tyre. That was cool. That was very nice, wasn't it? And the way that both of them managed it down here was very, very good. There's just a tiny, tiny bit of side-to-side rub. And then by the time they got back down here to turn 6, there was a big enough gap on the exit of turn 5 for Mostert to clear him and grab the lead. That was Anton De Pasquale. We were riding with him, looking at the rear bumper of James Golding. They're battling for 5th and 6th at the moment. Nick Percatch niggling the back of Ryan Wood as well, to the extent that I think he's actually been able to get up there. They are making contact on the run to 9, and Woody's having none of it. He's got the primary line here as they go through the left-hander. Percat's going to try and dive into that tiny little gap that separates the last 2 corners, 10 and 11. He's niggling again on the exit, just trying to unsettle him ever so slightly to see whether he can come off the corner a K or 2 better. And he gets a side draft benefit and blazes on by. He had some corner exit speed to help. And how about Matty Payne? Does he get 2 for 1 or do they make contact? They are mates, but that could end in tears at 200 kilometres an hour. And Payne has blazed on through and gone up into position 7. That was epic. That was the move of the year by a mile. He's got 2 spots at the fastest spot, and they're still battling, still alongside each other. Now Percat's actually making rooster tails in the dirt. That's going to cost him. So it is a fearful battle out there at the moment for these miners, and they are playing for keeps early in the race. Oh, David Reynolds just pumped the back, I think, of Ryan Wood. Yeah, and he then fired in to Golding. It's a traffic jam at Sydney Motorsport Park, and they are absolutely hammering each other. And Woody's copped a wagon, so is Reynolds. He's going to go well off the racetrack. So does Ryan Wood. So that was brewing for the best part of a lap and a half.
Back into it, buddy. Long race, mate.
Hard, fierce combat, hand to hand, car to car. And those that lost in the encounter were Wood and Reynolds. Check this pass out. This is the pass of the year. Percat's on the inside of Wood. Check out the Penrite Mustang in behind. Flicks off to the left, goes up the inside, gets Percat, and doesn't fire Ryan Wood off the road, gets around the inside. Exquisite. I thought for all money, Payne was going to arrive in the passenger's door of Wood at turn 1, where you're so grip limited, you don't have choices to move the car. Here it is again. What a wild moment. This jinx to the left. There you go. There's Percat. That's wild. Some awesome racing. Hardcore stuff going on out there. And there's Ryan Wood, who ended up very high and wide in the middle of all that. So this was the accelerant that was involved in creating this little explosion. So there was contact coming out of turn 5. Reynolds, Wood, kind of went on and on and on. So Ryan's giving as good as he's getting. And then there's contact here that cuts them both off. All right, now we've got our race leader into the pit lane, and second position has followed him. He came in with a 5-second cushion, remember? Let's see how they play the refueling game here. They're both at the western end of the lane. Departure end of the lane.
Clear the lane. Go, go, go.
Time about 2 seconds to go. Hopefully. Go.
I'm surprised that they didn't run him longer there.
Tiny little bit longer at WAU.
Totally.
They've got the benefit of being able to look down the lane and react.
Yep, he could have got more fuel in and played back, because the gap that he had was essentially 4 seconds. It was 3.8. And then you got the line of sight. So you just basically have a situation where you play the filling game until the other car's coming at you in the pit lane. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't put more fuel on Boston then.
Brown continues out there.
Green runs going on.
So the big thing to look for right away is they must put 80 litres in now.
Yeah, no choice. I tell you what was evident last night was huge variations up and down the lane for the fuel delivery. We quote 2.3 litres a second, but it was all over the shop.
Well, he was caught last night, Cam Waters, wasn't he?
And those Crontec couplings have got to be latched correctly in place.
Almost there, my man. About 6 seconds to go. All right. 3 seconds to go. Almost there. Leave it front. Almost there. Get ready to go. And we are almost there. Go, go, go. Clear, boys. Go, go. All yours.
27 laps remain. Di Pasquale also on departure. So just to try and keep that picture right in your head at the moment, for our race leader, Chaz Mostert, there's just a little over a minute to get the job done, to get the fuel on, to get off the racetrack, get the fuel on, get the tyres on and get back to his normal pace. Currently sitting over the top of the people that he's racing with about a 55, 54 second margin. So that's going to put Ben in the box seat from a track position standpoint. He's going to come out with a younger tyre. They're nursing now older tyres, and the lines will merge down the road. Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
Certainly does. And Mostert is in. So that was back to the fuel light, and there's the new rear tyre. Now, just be interesting to see when we get this next shot of the stop, whether they've got another new tyre for the left-hand rear, or is it just a brand new tyre on the loaded rear?
It doesn't kill you at 40 k's going down the lane forever and ever and ever getting down here.
Line yourself up with me.
Standing by with the fuel, standing by with 4 fresh Dunlop tyres. Arrived perfectly on the spot. That's a freshie on the right rear.
Wheels are all done.
And it was another freshie on the left rear.
Okay,
Tear off done.
The lane is
Fuel
clear.
being delivered in theory around 2.3, 2.4 litres a second.
Now. Lane is still clear.
That coupling is
Okay,
actually
we're 20 seconds
clipped
now, mate, so be ready
to
for
the single
drop.
point
Still
couple.
Clear in the lane.
Hill leads from LeBron. Yes, there goes Waters. Now, I was suggesting it was going to be around about 7 seconds when it all sorted. We'll get a little propeller heads on in a minute and work out exactly what that looks like.
We'll have spark coming off the computer. And the way that that was done there in terms of the execution looked really calm, cool, professional from the WAU pit crew. And the communication again from Anthony McDonald to Chaz was excellent. So fresh tyres on the back of Chaz Mostert's car. Cam Waters now coming into turn 6. And Will Brown's not far behind there. So Will Brown's still really in the battle with Cam Waters. And that's the number in terms of the distance we just saw between, there's your leader. Or our effective leader is not leading right now. It will be when these stops are all completed. So Waters, Brown, Stanaway, Mostert, Di Pasquale, Winterbottom, Will Davison, Brody Kostecki, Matt Payne, James Golding. That's the 10. Pace at the moment in terms of the last lap order. No surprises. Chaz Mostert, fastest car. Where does Waters and Brown line up? Waters was 17th fastest. Brown was 18th fastest. And Di Pasquale was 16th fastest. So all three of those people on the one-stop strategy basically doing the same lap time and have to, at this point, be very cautious. Neil used the words earlier about whispering to the tyre to make these tyres live. There's certainly that being played out now for those people that have chosen to do a one-stop plan here this evening.
So 14 laps remain, 3.6 seconds off the lead, Mostert, to hunt down Brown and to hunt down Waters. So he's within striking distance now of Will Brown. There he is in the foreground. Fires it into second gear for the latter part of that sequence between turns 10 and 11. See some of the data on the dash where various things are set. What his lap speed looks like, gear position, speed, 260 plus Ks down there as Stanaway comes in, fifth gear through turn 1. And just look at the difference, the close rate with the fresher tyre on there as Sam Scafidi and Carl Foe are watching down there at WAU, and just how's the mid-corner grip difference that Chaz enjoys over the top of Will. Now this is good and solid though for Will. Hasn't had a great car speed-wise in absolute terms this weekend, and here's the change for position. Done easily. Will saw and gave him space. But what Will Brown's doing is he's building a championship here.
No doubt.
And he's building it with successive week in, week out. He had a shocker on Sunday in Townsville, but he had, coming off the back of Townsville, 12 podium visits out of 14 races.
Yep.
And that's a championship winning recipe. He's doing it again today. Doesn't have the fastest car at the moment. Didn't quite nail it for quali. Clearly doesn't quite have the fastest car out there at the moment, but it doesn't matter. He's building a championship and he's currently in position 3. Change for the lead. Chaz Mostert down the inside, turn 1, job done. Nice work. 11 to go. Now he's got to manage those tyres to the end. Thanks for the update, Garth.
How's the facial expression? The differences through the course of the day. We saw Sam Scafidi look when Mostert come into the pit in qualifying, covering his face up going, oh my God, this could be a catastrophe, to the look on his face when he was 5 down the inside to be able to get to the lead of this race down the inside of Waters. And it was almost a look of elation. So fantastic job by all that team, but the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs of this game are tremendous.
It's got to be a last lap lunge, and is he going to try that turn 1 magic one more time? No. He thought about it early on.
He did.
So fine, Anton here will not surrender without a fight, and he is battling fully grip limited, and in fact couldn't really turn the car down far enough, and he got in deep enough to try and stop him, but ran wide in the process. He had to do everything he could to try and rescue that, and he's yielded the position at turn 2. Payne up to position 4. Nice work.
David Couch here applauding in the background. Jack Bell there saying, just make sure you don't do the track limit drama. Get pinged late.
Yeah, so Anton did everything. He bombed it into turn 2, then trying to do everything he could to try and fend him off, but he just ran out of grip when it mattered. Half a lap remaining now for Chaz Mostert. It has been a glorious weekend for him through the hairpin at turn 8. He has continued to open up that margin out to 8 seconds in the back end of this race. And he is peak of powers out there at the moment. What a beautiful drive.
He has driven superbly all weekend. Not just in qualifying, but in the race last night, we saw him put on one of his best performances ever, and again this afternoon.
Yes, mate, yes.
It's going to be a sweet view out of the windscreen for Chaz Mostert, who puts together a back-to-back victory at Sydney Motorsport Park. Maximum points on the weekend, and gets home by 8.3 seconds over Cam Waters. Will Brown hanging on for position number 3. Great work for the championship leader. And then Matt Payne, a fighting battle at the back end there for position number 4. Anton Di Pasquale in position number 5. Will Davison in 6. Reigning champion Brodie Kostecki 7. Andrew Wiles and Bruce Stewart pretty happy about the outcome there. Justin Burns as well. Some industry stalwarts enjoying that one. Nick Percat, 8.
Fun weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So thank you so much, everyone.
Chaz Mostert is our winner for race number 16 this afternoon from Cam Waters and Will Brown, the first of the Camaros. He continues to protect that championship run, and it's yet another podium in what's been a fine season for him. Matt Payne, great clawback. Anton Di Pasquale and his teammate Will Davison, again solid inside the top 10, 5 and 6. Brodie Kostecki, strong performance from Nick Percat. James Golding and Thomas Randall, I thought was a noteworthy performance to get that far back up the field, Mark.
Certainly was. Very nice job by him to fight back through. There was a lot going on. It was one of the most aggressive races, certainly in that opening stanza that we've seen this year. And that move that Matt Payne put on with 2 positions into turn 1 was just absolutely epic.
So looking all the way down the field here to Aaron Love in position number 25. Remembering we had that wildcard entry of Lockie Dalton this weekend. He's finished in 24th position.
Underlights in the championship picture now looks like this. Hang on a minute. Those weren't the same names at the top that we came in with this weekend. Chaz Mostert has now split the top 2 in the championship. And look at that gap. It is shrinking. 105 points now to Will Brown. This championship is well and truly on. And when you consider just how much he's been taking away in those last 2 events alone, he is back. Chaz Mostert, his first 300-point score since he won the Bathurst 1000 in 2021. It also pushes Walkinshaw Andretti United Racing just that little bit closer in second spot now. It's unlikely they'll chase down the top team, but that fight for second, man, it's on. And how about Shell V-Power Racing? They've had such a good weekend. They sit 5th, but that gap now really between themselves and Walkinshaw is so much closer. Ryan Wood finishing outside the top 15. Premier Newlon Racing bagging some good solid points here this weekend as well.